Good morning, students. Today we will see about the sensory organs. Already we saw about the structure of eye and retina. Now the next sensory organ we will see about the taste. The taste, there is an important sensation which really determines the taste of the food and the quality of the food. Okay, the taste also in this class we are going to see about what is called the taste receptors and what all the taste buds are there, taste receptors containing what and all the cells are there, how the nervous system, what all the nerves are involved in this one, and how these nerve impulses are transmitted to the cortex of the brain, and what are all the areas of the taste, in which area of the tongue is responsible for what kind of the taste. Yes, first we will see about the human is having merely more than 10,000 taste buds in our human. The taste buds are oval in shape, oval or the egg in shape. The types of taste buds is a gustatory cells, that is all the receptor cells, and the supporting cells. Supporting is a sustentacular cells. So these two cells are present. If you see this structure of the taste, structure of the tongue, this one is called the epiglottis. This is called inguinal tonsils, and this is a circumvallate papillae. This is a filiform papillae and the fungiform papillae. This round one, this will be more in the tip of the tongue. This is called the fungiform papillae. Circumvallate papillae less in number, big in size. Fungiform papillae little bit smaller, mostly present in the tip of the tongue, which also containing taste buds. Filiform papillae throughout forming the rough area of the tongue, but doesn't have any taste bud in it. That is the important thing you have to remember. Then area of the taste sensation where it is being felt. Why it is important? Because some taste buds are responsible for only those receptors are 1, 2, 3. Madam has written this one 1, 2, 3, 4. This some taste receptor is only responsible for those particular taste. Understand? So the taste is also very closely related with the smell, and also taste have a relations with the salivation also. If the tongue is very dry, the receptor how it is get its own sensation, that we will see in the physiology of the taste how it is coming. Now you see this is the taste sensational areas. So the last part, the posterior part, this area near to the front of the circumvallate papilla is a bitter area. Then next is a sour, this area is salt, and the tip is the sweet. So these are all the areas of the tongue. Okay, now we have seen different papillae. Each papillae or this one have a receptor. Receptors are having a oval in shape, isn't it? So it is distributed in the papillae in this one. What is the structure of the receptor? If you see, this is epithelial tissue. This projected one is called the microvilli. Microvilli, this all the taste pores. What is taste pores? Is a hole where the microvilli is present. So when this epithelium salivary mixed with the food, it is going to the microvilli. So these microvilli, these are all the supporting cells. These are all the taste receptors. Supporting cells are this brown in color. These are called the taste receptors. The end of the taste receptor, you can see nerve are coming. Before you are going to see that, what are the physiology of this one? Like how the taste impulses are passing. You have to know, you have to divide the tongue into 3 portions we are dividing. This is anteriorly 2/3 of the tongue. Mainly these receptors or these nerve endings are connected with this medulla with the 7th nerve. 7th is a facial nerve. And then this one posteriorly, remaining posteriorly 1/3 of is called the 9th is a glossopharyngeal nerve. Then glossopharyngeal nerve, this also including the circumvallate papillae. Understand? Then will be the vagus nerve. Vagus nerve will like epiglottis and the pharyngeal region. So these are taking this vagus 10th cranial nerve, taking the impulses to the thalamus, and then afferent the nerve fibers or afferent nerve fiber are taking into this. This one is called the second order neuron fibers, and it is going to the thalamus area, and then thalamus, and then another nerve is called the third order neuron, and it is entering into the cortex of the brain. So the physiology of the taste usually will be sweet, salt, bitter, sour. This is one more taste, umami. Umami is the delicious taste. It is a word, Chinese or Japanese word, telling that whatever it may be, whatever we have seen, these are all the taste buds are there. What is the physiology? However, the perception is varies widely by the like much you are much food or much varieties you are consuming at a time, it is difficult to find out what is the taste. But the main important factor in this taste sensation, mainly these four, has been felt through these receptors. And there are various factors involving in this one, that is a dry mouth, dry. Sometimes these nerve dry. The saliva is many important one, that mixing up of the food so that the pores it will be going and sensation taken place. Some of the conditions like COVID and any other viral diseases, some nerves are being affected. That means these nerves being affected due to these any viral infections or due to the fever or anything. So sometimes the taste cannot be felt. Example, even I had an experience after like corona. It takes for me to, after attack of corona, nearly it takes around 1 month to regain my taste. That means some problem due to this viral infection affect the nerve ending. Like, okay, let us see how this physiology of taste. In addition, in addition, you can remember that not only saliva, also the smell of the food also will be inducing the appetite, because the smell and taste also closely related this one. Next, again I will repeat once again this, how this one sensation is felt by the taste buds. So there are the various areas of this one. This is the anterior, this is the posterior. 2/3 of the anterior is the nerve supply is mainly by the facial nerve, and the posteriorly 1/3 by the glossopharyngeal nerve, and also including the circumvallate papillae area. And by the posterior side is called the vagus nerve. The remaining part, epiglottis and pharynx, all coming under supply by the vagal nerve. So all these nerves are going to this, to the medullary area, and then from that the afferent vessels are going, and this going out and going to the area thalamus. These fibers are called the second order neuron fibers, and from thalamus it is reaching to the cortex area by the third order neuron fibers. So this is about the anatomy and the physiology of the taste. So in a question, if the exam questions been asked about the structure of tongue, you can very well answer it. Functions or the physiology, you can write it. What are all the taste buds, what is the structure of the taste buds, and what are all the nerves which is playing an important role, and what are all the areas, and how it is transmit the impulses, and what is the name of the various fibers, at last is reaching to the cortex area of the brain. Okay, so one word questions you can ask by how many number of taste buds are present, and which papillae doesn't have any taste buds. So these are all the questions you can expect for your one word answer. Thank you.